Welcome to the NAL Rundown with Kurt, Brian, and Pete. And we got a good episode coming here tonight. We're going to be looking at week 3 in the NAL and looking a little bit forward to week 4. So I'm going to welcome my co-host with me. Welcome Brian in here tonight. Welcome Pete.
Hey, howdy, Kurt.
All right,
Hey,
Brian. How you doing, Brian? You got a little delay over there. I know that again. So welcome everybody at home to NAL Rundown. And
Yeah, it seems like every time we go live, my internet.
Yeah, it's well, we were here for 35 minutes trying to figure stuff out, but finally we did get stuff figured out. I have no idea. I didn't click anything any different than I usually do, so I don't know. It's strange. But anyway, guys, what are you thinking about last week's games, week 3? You know, the Beef totally did a shellacking to the Liberty back there, 60-22. That was rough.
Yeah, that was, I, figured that they had a chance, but I don't think they were going to get beat that bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good score. The Beef can do it though. They got a good team. But then the Punishers, of course, we know the Punishers, 49-19 with the Bulls, undefeated, 3-0, 4-0 with preseason. So I don't know, guys. It was a good week 3. I'm looking forward to week 4. And of course, guys, we got that new, the new news there with the Scripps Sports Network. NAL lands a multi-year national broadcast deal with Scripps Sports Network. So that sounds pretty awesome. There it is. There's their logo, Scripps Sports Network, a division of the EW something. I didn't see that other part of it, Bri. Bad buddy. So, Bri, there it is.
Sorry. Sorry, I pulled it down. EW Scripps Company.
That's the DW Scripps Company. What I didn't think it would say Scripps Company, but there you have it. But there's the new network. There's the logo for the new network where we'll be able to watch all the NAL games. So coming up soon, I heard it's going to be free unless something changes. I don't know. So how you guys been, man?
I don't know. They supposedly carry. They supposedly own a whole bunch of other TV networks, TV stations, also across America. So it should be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Boy, you got one heck of a delay, Brian.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to talk because. Go ahead, Pete.
Sorry. Yeah, the Scripps thing. I'm real interested to hear the details of it. That news just came out last night, and not a lot of details have been released to the general public. I hope they keep the NAL network around because of what we see happening with other leagues with streaming services shutting down, and at least give us that option. And the NAL network, they're posting all the coaches shows, all of their own documentaries, and it's a beautiful archive. You don't have to sift through a lot of stuff. It's it's definitely worth $30 a year. And this past weekend, there wasn't a single glitch in the streaming. It was absolutely perfect. It looks like they ironed out, whatever was going on the week before. And real kudos to the NAL on that.
Not just that, Pete. Guys who do shows like guys, we can go in there and get clips. Coaches show clips. I like that idea. I like the coaches shows because I watch that too. So I'd like to get clips of that. Matter of fact, I was going to try to get a clip before we came live, and I forgot to go back in and get a clip from coaches show. All of them, all coaches shows there that they had with the Beef and I think Salina Liberty, and Amarillo, I think coaches shows. I was going to try to grab you know, maybe 4 or 5 minute clip or 3-4 minute clip from the shows, but I just forgot they're just for a minute and got on here. And then I scooted over there. You guys know what?
I got that pick 6
go ahead,
clip. I got the pick 6. That pick 6 clip. I got those if you want to air those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, one day they might even let shows like ours on the NAL network, you know, in our own little, you know, corner on it, you know. That would be fabulous.
Yeah, I think it might happen. We get some of these bugs worked out. But this thing that happened tonight has never happened. When I set up a live stream, I still have my list. Brian knows I have to go by a list. When we go live, we have to go to the, you know, everything. You have to run through everything, you know, in here to make sure it's cool. You know, it's going to be awesome and run smooth. But anyway, guys, talking about that Script Sports Network and week 3. And Brian, you said you had some pick 6 video to show us. Go ahead and put that sucker on, buddy.
All right.
For Demery Croft. Big play early in this game. Croft back to pass. It's picked off, and it's a pick 6 for the Salina Liberty. Lightning in a bottle. And Kyle Jarvis, the defensive lineman, takes it in. Salina puts points on the board before their offense takes the field, and it's 6-0 Liberty. Unbelievable early play for Salina. You want to talk about starting the season off right. And Kyle Jarvis will help them do just that as Salina sends out the PAT unit. Ball is teed up here for Josue Hernandez.
That was an incredible game and a surprise that, you know, not surprised that they won, but that they won by so much, you know. And but this weekend, their game against Pueblo, that's going to be the game of the week, you know.
Yeah, I was glad Salina won, though.
I think that pick 6 set the set the tone for the rest of the game, because immediately after they had a second pick 6 also.
I loved it. Every time Omaha gets beat, burned, and cooked, I love it. Oh, hey, guys, we got people here in the chat. And Black Cat Girl 1888 says, you all look like the same guy from 3 different life parts. What? It said, you all look like the same guy from 3 different life parts. Paths. I don't know what she's talking about there. John Swaney, 4482. He has. Oh, Elizan Ramirez. Hi, how you doing, Mr. Ramirez? John Swaney. Hi. All right, we're getting some comments. There's a Black Cat Girl at 1888. Oh, remember our first episode though, Brian? Stream Elements. They like saying hi every once in a while. Street Elements comes on and says hi every now and then. Stream Elements. I love that.
Yeah, Kurt was reading those too.
It was awful, Brian. I thought I was actually there for a minute. My eyes get so bad. Sometimes I said Stream Elements, and Sam explained. He said that's a robotic response. That's no human being. So
that's just a robot.
I guess you had to be there, Pete. It was pretty weird. But guys, what do we got here to show? You want to show that I got that Mini Paths One Dream teaser. Have you ever seen that, Bri? The One Path or Many Paths One Dream. Have you seen the teaser trailer to that? You guys?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. They've released the first episode, and plan on watching it tonight. but the trailers for it look pretty awesome.
Yeah, you guys want to watch it? We can put the teaser trailer up and check that out. Hopefully it plays, guys.
It should.
Football is a story. It's told in many ways and shown to us through different generations. No matter the time, the era, or the level of competition, the game continues to speak. The field becomes the pages, and every season adds a new chapter. The coaches, the players, and the fans are the recurring characters in this timeless tale. Each year, their journeys intertwine to shape the story in ways both familiar and new. It begins with humble moments. Kids on a local playground, recreating Deion Sanders' dance in the end zone, or imagining the energy of Ray Lewis emerging through the smoke. Those small moments spark childhood dreams. Dreams turn into Pop Warner Saturdays. Pop Warner turns into Friday Night Lights. Friday nights become senior seasons.
There's a teaser trailer, guys. Seems like the volume was a lot higher earlier when I played it. And I got my volume on almost medium, so should be playing a lot louder than that. I don't know why it was so low. But anyway, guys, what's next? What do you want to show? What do you want to do? I don't see anybody in the green room. Nobody's coming.
Yeah, definitely. There were some great transactions the past couple of days. It looks like Dallas is starting to get serious, and they've pretty much cleaned out the roster. So this weekend there could hopefully look like a completely different team. So there's hope for Dallas. I think the biggest news came out just a very short time ago that Amarillo picked up Espinoza from Jacksonville, and they're going to be a completely different team now. He's going to light them up. I'm looking forward to seeing them take on the Rougarou this weekend. It'll be real interesting.
Well, yeah, that'll probably be a different story. Rougarou should be playing a lot better this weekend, though. But yeah, I mean, if they got him from Jacksonville, you know, they're going to be a better team, much better. But I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that Mini Paths One Dream, and looking forward to the new broadcast deal there. But anyway, my favorite game was the Punishers game. I loved that. I did a little bit of Punishers video there called Punishers Undefeated. So I did put that on the YouTube channel. It's like all their wins, but yeah, I don't know. So any other news than that, guys?
I think there's not much else.
I think today the Roo had dropped. The Roo had dropped Anderson from the IR. He was on IR for 21 days, and they cut him today. But otherwise, we've been on a bye, all last week, and nothing's happened so far this week. So I don't know what's going on.
I haven't
as
heard
far
any
as
news.
Any turnover or anything like that, player-wise.
No, I haven't heard any news on their website or on their Facebook page, anything at all. Anything, just things. No news, just their Facebook page cruising on as ever. And people in the chat here, you got what? Kaya Thisma. It says grown men BTW. I have no idea. Bart 1738. Hello. Hunter Norris. Hey fellas, how we doing tonight? We're doing fine. Hunter Norris U51. I don't know who they are, but thank you for coming in the chat. Thank you for watching the show. I don't know. I don't
Got some
understand
different
your comments,
viewers.
but
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for watching the show. We appreciate it. I don't have anything else, guys. I only had the 2 videos, the video, and I don't know what all. You got some graphics though about for the games and schedules and scores and highlights, don't you, Bri?
Yeah, I got the overall standings.
Well, let's check on them
Pueblo
babies.
at 3-0. Sioux City 1-0. Salina's 1-0. Southwest Kansas is 1-0. And then Colorado, Amarillo tied 1-1. Who would have thought that the Bulls would have, the Beef would have been in the bottom cellar with the Bulls and the Roo.
No, I didn't think that. Not at all. No. I was looking forward maybe
was
to
last
Roo
week's.
going
That's the wrong one. So
at week 4 or week 2, right?
Week 4. Week 4 is this coming week. This Saturday's games.
Yeah, week 4.
That's what I was trying to pull up. I accidentally clicked on 3.
Man, you got a heck of a delay. Every
Otherwise,
time
that's all I had. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Pete, what are you thinking about week 4? What's going on in week 4? Who do you think will come out on top and the better team?
Well, my call is, I'm looking forward to seeing Espinoza play. I think the Sioux City and Pueblo game is going to be the game of the weekend, because both of those teams are on fire. They're great. Pueblo has definitely been the surprise of the season so far as their exceptional performance on the field. For being a first season team, that's pretty amazing, and I wouldn't mind seeing Omaha win one.
Yeah, I'm used to them guys winning. I'm not. This is a year where I'm not liking it when they're winning. Don't get me wrong. Brian knows how I am. I'm not liking it when they're winning, but I also don't want to see them lose every game of the season. Or do you, Brian? I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
It's early. It's early in the season.
No, they can win a couple. Yeah, it's early.
Let them win a couple anyway.
I'm real interested to see how Dallas does now that they cleaned out their roster and they got two full weeks to prepare. Because they have a bye week, and so the next weekend, when they're playing, should be real interesting. And I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that to see if they got any better, because they're playing Amarillo the following week, and that'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, I think Dallas Bulls. I think they're going to come out of this here week 4, going into week 5. I think they're going to come out like lightning. They do have good receivers, good young receivers. So who was their quarterback? I can't remember who the quarterback. I was watching that game last week and the week before, but can't remember the guy's name. Oh man, I should have wrote it down.
For which team?
For the Dallas Bulls. I was watching a couple weeks ago or something. I can't remember what game it was now. It was a couple weeks ago. And the receivers are good. They're fast, young, quick receivers, but I can't remember the quarterback's name.
I thought they needed to work on their passing game quite a bit. There's quite a few overthrown balls and whatnot, and I hope they're able to clean all that up and to make some type of stand-in.
Yeah, I think they'd be good. Like I said, the receivers I think they're pretty good. They're young, fast. I think it's
Yeah.
the quarterback situation.
Yeah, Seward, he only had a 38% completion rate that game and threw excuse me, a 38% completion rate for the season so far, and has thrown 4 interceptions. And in my amateur opinion, watching him play, he overthrew quite a bit, especially on those deep balls. He was nailing the short passes, but going deep. So um, it will be good to see if he's one of the ones that got uh, one of the ones that got cut.
Yeah, I know this is unrelated to NAL, but Brian, the Arena League or TAL is going to have some new teams. Got the Memphis Hound Dogs and the Nebraska Siege coming in there. I'm looking forward to that Arena League there
Monroe.
in Monroe. Yeah, that's going to be good. I'm going to be checking
And
that
the
out.
non-existent Monroe Greendale Greenheads.
Greenheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved that. But when did they start their season, Brian? I can't remember.
Quarterback for May 29th.
I'll be checking them out. I know I shouldn't be bringing it up on the NAL rundown, but it's another Arena League, so I have to mention it. It's a good Arena League. I like it. Also, guys, there's other news, and I know it's not arena football, but the UFL started kicking off this weekend, this Friday, with the Louisville Kings and the Birmingham Stallions. So I'm looking forward to that game. Any of you guys know your history? Any you guys know your history when it becomes the Louisville? And,
No.
King Henry the 16th. He was beheaded. He's tried and convicted of treason, and they beheaded him for treason in front of 20,000 people. I think that it's a namesake of Louisville, just because of the French Revolution and King Louis losing his head over there. On that, it's not funny. I'm not laughing because that's got me interested in the Louisville Kings, which is another league. So I don't know why I brought that up. It's just their kickoff is this Friday, so I'll be watching that.
Yeah,
but I'll be definitely watching.
Yeah, well, it sucks to be him. So
Pete's,
yeah,
Pete's going.
Yeah, yep, I know.
Yeah, no, I won't be in Columbus. We're driving up to Dallas to watch the Gamblers play the Renegades. So
Pete's going to Houston.
No, to Dallas. Yeah.
Or are you going with Houston or are you going with Dallas?
Yeah, for their home opener. It should be good.
Dallas. Okay.
Yeah. I'm in Houston.
Well, Pete, they have Perez, so Louis Perez he's good. He's a veteran, man. So he's still good, even after all these spring leagues he was in. He was in the AAF, wasn't he?
He was in them all. Yeah,
all
he's
the other
king of spring.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was that AAF team he was in with the Jousters? Was it?
Yep, exactly.
They had these checkerboards things on their street, the Jousters. I remember that uniform. I really liked that uniform.
Yeah. He was in the AAF. The Jousters was the spring league, and he was in the USFL and the XFL, and now the UFL.
Yeah.
If there's and when we went to the USFL championship up in Canton, we went to the Football Hall of Fame, and the only XFL jersey there is Perez's jersey. So
really,
yes, and number 12, and the urban legend is that it's 12 because he's a professional bowler, and that was the number of perfect games that he bowled. So that's true.
Good point, because I forgot he was
it's a good story.
I forgot all about him being a professional. I don't know if he's a professional bowler, but he's a bowler.
Mm-hmm.
He bowls. They say he's pretty good.
But yeah, his is the only jersey in the Football Hall of Fame. Yeah. only except alternative football jersey. Yeah.
So Pete, so what are you thinking about the Colorado Spartans, Denver Bronco, Paxton Lynch quarterback? What are you thinking
I
about
think
him?
I think he's doing an awesome job, and I heard he's a great ambassador for the team, and he's doing awesome on the field. I think he's he's great, So
Yeah, well, and that when the Punishers beat him, he had 222 yards passing, which is like a secret uh, known fact. But he had 222 yards passing in that game, in a losing game. He lost, but he had that many yards. It was unbelievable. But there's going to be some good. Sorry, guys. There's going to be some good games here in Week 4. I'm looking forward to, like you said, the Omaha Beefs game, and they're playing Sioux City, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And the Rougarou. Brian, who are the Rougarou playing? Yeah, Brian, who's the Rougarou playing this week?
Amarillo.
It's Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Gotta watch that team. They're a sleeper.
Yeah, and one good thing I heard
With a
about
new
Paxton
quarterback.
Lynch is, one good thing I heard about Paxton Lynch from some people that were at one of his Colorado games was that apparently there was a group of fans that were really giving him a hard time, and so there was quite a bit of hard banter going on, as there are in arena. I mean, that's why you sit next to the wall, to banter with the players. And but after the game, he went up to them and had a nice conversation with them. How'd you guys enjoy the game? And was just a real gentleman about it. And that's great, because apparently these guys said some pretty bad stuff to him when he was on the field, and so we need more quarterbacks like him.
Yeah, he's a good guy, though. I might joke around about it, but he is a good guy. I like Paxton. He's polite. He's got manners. And no, there was a little arena football joke going around about him coming over from the NFL, playing against the wall, hitting the walls and stuff like that, because he is a big quarterback. He's well over 6 foot. So he's a 220 pounds. He's a big quarterback, but he hit those walls pretty heavy in some of those games. But yeah, it's kind of like a little running joke arena fans were coming up with Paxton Lynch, but he'll be fine. Believe me, he's an NFL quarterback. He can take a lot of punishment. I've seen him take some beatings with the Denver Broncos. It came right back.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I was worried that he wouldn't adapt to the indoor game, because you have, if you're lucky, you have 3 seconds to get rid of that ball.
Yeah.
And he has shown that he could adapt. On some of the outdoor games, quarterback has enough time to make a sandwich or two, to pass the ball, where that's never going to happen in the indoor game. So, and with the narrower field, it's a much more vertical game than the outdoor game is. And he adapted that really well. And he's great. There were some other, professional quarterbacks, for instance, Kenji Bahar that came over, from the USFL and
good player.
For the Pirates. And he was okay with the Gamblers, not great, but he really did not adapt to the indoor game at all. And so it's good to see someone at his level that wants to play ball, and he's out there playing ball, and he's a good guy. So,
well, this league has got some good players in it, and it just shows you how good the NAL is. If you got people coming over here from the NFL over here, especially a name like Paxton Lynch, and they're over here in the NAL, there's some sleeper players in this league, and if they get this broadcast deal, where people can go, and I'm waiting for that because I can't wait to have their own broadcast show where you can TV or channel or whatever where you can just go there. I love that. I loved it when they had their YouTube channel. I could go there and I could go back a couple of years and even watch some of the older games, with the Rattlers and all that stuff when they were. I think the Rattlers were here. Geez, a lot of different teams that were here in the NAL has left and then came back. So, but I like this league. I hope it makes it, and I hope it gets thriving, and I like it. Oh, we'll get people in the chat here. You guys know Hunter Norris U51 said, "Hey fellas, how are we doing tonight?" Good, Hunter Norris U51. And Kea the Sigma, Grown Men BTW. I don't know who that is. Keep saying that. And then there's Bart 1738. Hello. And then we have this weird one that keeps coming back through, guys. This one message here. They Stream Elements. They like the Punishers. Stream Elements seems to like the Punishers. No, I'm only messing with you guys. I got to get off the Stream Element thing. But anyway, yeah, we'll get back on here next Tuesday. I'm going to be watching the games this week, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Rue will win. I'm hoping for the Rue to win, hoping for the Punishers to win. I'd like to see the Omaha Beef lose one more time. At least I'd like to see them lose one more time and then maybe come on strong and then lose again towards the end of the season when everybody wants to get in the playoffs, like all the other guys.
There you go.
Yeah, in NAL,
That
you
sounds
guys,
like a winner.
right? In NAL, you got 6 or 7 strong teams in this league. You got the Omaha Beef, now the Punishers, and all them sleeper teams like Amarillo. They're good. Don't want to put nothing past them. Rugu could come on strong. What the heck am I listening to? I hear a lot of echo.
Good.
You're smiling, people. You froze up. And Brian, you're live now. You're looking good, but you're froze up pretty good there too. Yeah. I haven't froze up yet, unless I froze up and you guys.
Oh, I was looking to see a funny line.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to everybody that tuned in tonight because we did have 3 guests lined up, and they decided not to show up, and we had questions ready for them, and we had a whole. So
I was looking for the money line for the game.
Yeah, I was all ready with questions. I got my notebook here, but that didn't happen, so I ended up winging it. So
yeah,
I was really looking forward to it.
So that's why this time around. I'm gonna have to go here in a sec, but I'd like to throw in also a big shout out to the NAL shop. Their merchandise is outstanding. I'm wearing the Columbia jersey, and I don't know if anyone out there in the South, how hot it is. This is that material that it's good to go outside and go fishing in. That it keeps the sun off you, and it's lightweight and easily washed, doesn't wrinkle. Very, very good, high quality embroidery. It's definitely worth what they pay. And some of the other shirts they ordered actually are the Snaps brand that they advertise on the NAL network, and those are first class shirts. And again, the embroidery on those are perfect. And the quality of the shirt is just absolutely amazing. So
I got a t-shirt coming, but I haven't got it back. It's been about 3 weeks since they ordered it, but 2.5, 3 weeks. They should be on the way.
Yeah, and the mini helmets, they're all Rydell. Great quality. Last year I ordered one of the Rougarou helmets, and it was some knockoff brand that was, it was dollar store stuff. It was awful. But this year, and to defense of the NAL, it's like the Rougarou was selling that helmet separately, not through the league. So, but now the Rougarou helmets, all the helmets are are really first class. And so shout out, shout out, give them a try, support the league and support your teams. And
Yep. Brian, you're quiet. What's going on, my friend? I think Brian,
I
you
mean,
there?
when I'm streaming and when I'm off. So, yeah, I'm here.
Oh man, you freeze up and everything, Brian. I mean, quite a bit here late. I'm telling you.
all right,
you hear
guys, I gotta head out.
me?
So
All right, Pete, and we'll see you next week.
yep.
All right,
sure.
later, Pete.
All right. See y'all later. Okay. Bye bye.
Later. All right.
All right.
Well, Brian, what do you think, man? I'm about ready to call it a night too, man. It was a good night. Winging it. It was a winging night. I had to wing it on that one. I'm not going to say anything
Since
about
our
it right now.
guests didn't show up tonight.
No, they didn't, and I was really kind of depressed about that because I liked every one of them, and they said they would be on unless something came up. I hope they can make it next week. If not, I'll try, get them again next week. But what can you do? We did the best we could.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll reschedule.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we'll just reschedule. Yeah.
All right, Brian. So let's call the close down. This is NAL Rundown, episode 7. Actually, more than that, but this is official on Shady Sports Network, episode 7. So, all right, Brian, we're looking forward. We're looking forward to week 4. See what that's going to bring us with the Rougarou and all the rest of the teams. I'm hoping the Roo can come back and make a comeback. I'm going to be watching them. And if you're watching Coach Blair, man, get those guys rolling. All right, Brian, I'm going to let you go on the player trailer, and we'll look forward to next week. All right, Brian. All right, bye. Next week, my friend.
Later.